Even all day long, they still be watching on their computers and their phones. They stay locked in. It's that Bilingual Podcast where we talking with Big Mo and Platinum Cash.
Oh, wow. It's another one. Thank y'all for tuning in this Monday night. We're normally Sundays, but Super Bowl was on a Sunday night. So here we are on this Monday. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Bilingual Podcast with your host, Big Mo, and me, Platinum Cash. Big Mo will be joining us here shortly. We had to rush over from practice, so apologize, y'all, getting in here a little bit late. But we have another action-packed show for you guys tonight on this February 9th, 2026, on this Super Bowl Hangover edition of the show. We are scheduled for about an hour and a half tonight, so we're going to get right into it. I'm actually just going to start it off since Big Mo's not here yet. I'll just do a recap of my week so far. So good. Let's see here. I finally got some players back, so that's a good thing. So I finally had my real JV game. That's a plus. I had a lot of guys that's been out sick. Sickness has been going around. It's been going around quite. My daughter actually was home this whole week sick. She finally went back to school Monday. My sister was sick this last week as well. So I did not get to celebrate my dad's birthday. So big shout out to my dad. Happy birthday to my dad. Happy birthday to my son Mason, whose birthday was on the 7th. Okay. Then we had a lot of birthdays, friends that had birthdays as well. So shout out to everybody that had a birthday this past week. A lot of birthdays, a lot of celebrations. So appreciate those times. What else did I have this week? I am actually the reason the name of the show is the Super Bowl Hangover, which is kind of crazy, is I definitely am feeling the hangover from the Super Bowl. I think I am a little of a Drake made. I got Drake made. You know, you got sacked 6 times, hit all those times. That's how I felt this morning when I woke up from all my festivities last night. Appreciate shout out to Mike and Christina for the invite for the Super Bowl party as well. Had a great time. Enjoyed myself too well. Too many of those bad boy shots going down. So shout out to Seattle for winning the Super Bowl. I know we'll get more into it when Big Mo gets on here. We'll talk more about the Super Bowl when we get to the sports, but shout out to Seattle. They went out there and did the dang thing. I should have just went ahead and bet Big Mo on that because I would have definitely won. Because it was brutal. It was brutal for the New England Patriots. Sorry, guys. Maybe next year. I can play that song for them. Maybe next year. What else we got going on this week? This past week, I am also happy that I no longer have to play a lot of those kids at Sherwood. Shout out to those guys. We are finished the home and away with them. So a lot of those guys are seniors. We coached a lot of those guys, so we no longer have to play against them. That's a good thing. Positive for us to have that growth that we need to have for our program. Speaking of sickness, I just had another guy get sick. Kids, please wash your hands. Please wash your hands. It's going around. This guy's been sick quite a bit. Actually, I'm to the point where I hope he can stay from not getting sick. He basically missed the whole season being sick. It's not good. Not a good thing. I don't know what Mo's going to have for his week in review. He was not at the Super Bowl party. He did miss the festivities. We do have another. Here's crazy thing is I like to set up events. Let's put it that way, randomly. And so we were at the Super Bowl party, and I just go, "Hey, you guys got plans for Valentine's Day?" And everybody's like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Well, we can do karaoke. My wife wants to do karaoke on Valentine's Day." So I just threw it out there, and here we are. We're going over to shout out to Mike and Mike. There's a lot of Mikes out there. Mike. To do karaoke at his house. Well, maybe I should get some videos to show you guys how that turns out. I sing, but I can't really sing. Let's put it that way. I will sing some songs, but I'm not a singer by any means. Definitely not a singer. I want to see Mo karaoke. Wonder what song he'll sing. Mo will probably sing like a. I don't know who beeping me. What are y'all saying? Nothing. Trying to think. What kind of song would be a good song for Mo to karaoke? like a Barry White, Show Enough, or one of those. Or what's that one group? What's that one song? My brother used to like that song that one of the dang, what's that song, Mom? She used to play it all the time, and I can't think of it right now. That was one of my brother's favorite songs. He used to sing that song all the time. Shout out to my parents, all the classic songs and music that they played that influenced my lifestyle. Appreciate that. I don't know if my music really does the same for my kids. I don't think so. I don't think this music now is the same, but I could be wrong. I mean, there's. By the way, speaking of music, since I'm on the music tip, before Mo gets on here, I got to give a big. You know how you do 5 mics, albums. I don't know how else they do it anymore, but the new J. Cole is definitely 5 mics. I'm just gonna throw it out there. And if you hadn't had a chance to listen to it, you got to listen to it. It's pretty long. I think it's like 20 something songs. It's a good hour and a half of great storytelling. Yeah, like throwback for sure. Throwback to the real music from the 90s, early 2000s. Like lyrically, the way that it's put together, the whole thing is just a masterpiece. So shout out to J. Cole for bringing out some real music for us old heads to listen to. T.I. dropped a new album too. Shout out to T.I. Got everybody in the ATL bopping around again. He let them know. So shout out to the old heads out there getting the music back out. Because I definitely listen to that. Matter of fact, I would probably be listening to it right now. That new J. Cole. I just bumped that on the way to practice and the way back from practice. And I don't listen to a whole lot of music right now on the radio. I used to listen to it quite a bit. But once I started writing my own, that's what I do. Let's see. What else can we get into before Big Mo gets on? What else about my week? I don't know. That's pretty much it about my week. These weeks are flying by fast. You know how people say time flies? Like it literally is going by. We don't hit the New Year, Christmas, New Year, birthday, Super Bowl. Before you know it's March Madness. 'Tis the season. The madness of March. Definitely looking for that. Vacation season. Hitting Vegas, Hawaii. I don't know. I need to throw another vacation in there somewhere. Somewhere in August. Wow. It's my coaches. Lobster tails. Lobster tails for next Saturday? Huh. I ain't in on that. Dang, I'm getting. Y'all got to see like we got a group chat. Actually, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm in 7 to 8 different group chats. So, and I'm not that popular, by the way. If you guys are thinking that, I just like to be in a lot of people group chats just so I can just send out all my bullshit, pretty much, and bother people at all times of the day with my randomness. That's pretty much what it is. Because people barely ever respond to most of my stuff. They barely ever. I just send a bunch of like TikToks and random videos or a random statement or quote. And then that'll be about it. And then I'll go to the next group, or I'll send it all to the same, all the same stuff to all the different groups. And the funny part about it is I probably got like 2 or 3 people that are in multiple groups. So they get the same post in all of them. It's probably annoying. Or then you wake up in the morning and you got like 70 different messages, and 40 of them are probably mine. With an emoji face or a ridiculous comment or just a video or one of those gifs. Well, first of all, who determines when the letter is a certain sound? By the way, because last time I checked, GIF is a GIF, not a GIF. But I guess if your name is Jeffrey, you're not spelling it with a J; it's spelled with a G. Majority of the time. So it's a GIF or a GIF. Your choice. What's going on here? What's expensive? I don't know what you mean. What's expensive? Taking trips. Everything's expensive. Life is expensive. What if you had to just go by basically what you really, really need and not all the extra shit? Like I had a bunch of extra stuff. Matter of fact, it happens every year, and she probably will attest to it. I go through my closet twice a year, sometimes 3 times, get rid of stuff because it refills every Christmas birthday. My mom's always good to give me a couple shirts off the discount. Shout out to mom. And then the wife will give me a couple hoodies. I got hoodies galore. I am in the hoodie gang. But just what if you had to live by the bare minimum of stuff? Oh, the lobster tails. I thought you were talking about. Yeah, I don't eat lobster tails. I don't even eat seafood. So you guys be eating it up on that lobster. But shout out to the ribs you made. Those were good. I ate them again today. Like with the lobster tails, I got ribs. Oh, there's Big Mo good now.
What up, peeps? Oh man. Did you hold down the fort? Let me check the chat because the chat's probably like
it's just her talking. I've been good. I've just been talking about my weekend recap. I talked about a little, I went over the Super Bowl just a little bit, nothing too deep, just my opinion on that.
Well, why am I reading the chat saying, well, you wouldn't be going to Vegas? So what you done said to make somebody say you ain't going to Vegas?
Well, you already know who the somebody is. What do you mean somebody? It's my wife on there saying it's expensive. But she's talking about the lobster tail.
Oh,
she said if I had lobster tail, I wouldn't be going to Vegas. Good thing I don't get lobster tail.
Hey, well, first of all,
I don't even eat.
First of all, I'm allergic to shellfish, but lobster tail is only $8. If you go to Albertsons and cook them yourself, I usually cook them for my family from time to time.
Oh no, not me. No lobster here. Dad made some. I'd be like, nah. Because then it functify your house. Seafood be functifying your house. It don't even smell good. That's the crazy part.
It does, but that's any fish though. Not only like yeah, because I don't like it when they cook salmon here. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, because I know typically when we fry stuff or like even if I cook lobster, we typically do it on the grill or outside because I can't do the smell. Ooh. But salmon, they bake it, and that man, I'd be so mad. I do. I'd be mad. I just come in here and shut my door.
Oh yeah, that is one of. I remember with me and my brother went up to my older brother's house, and we was getting ready to go out. I don't know for what reason he decided to cook some fish.
Oh my god!
Now we ain't got change of clothes, by the way.
So had y'all whole house, all your clothes smelling like fish.
Man.
So
you can't go out. You can't go out smelling like that.
So you went out smelling like a seafood buffet.
Man. Or somebody bad parts. That's exactly what you smell like.
Oh man, yeah.
It was not good.
That's the worst. Yeah, I know.
Ants could not cover that smell up.
Yeah, I know my family loves it though. I mean, they love seafood. I can't do the shellfish of it, so I just stay away from all fish, or all, anything that comes out of the ocean. I kind of stay away from it. I'll have some catfish every once in a while, but very rarely.
It's crazy part. I used to eat it. Now I can't touch it.
That's crazy, man.
Back when, yeah, my dad used to make catfish. He used to make smelt.
Yeah.
Used to eat that. Now,
Yeah.
definitely can't touch.
I I don't know. I don't think I ate it as a kid. I sometimes that's my mom and stuff. My dad's always been allergic, but I had my first allergic reaction when I was in college. It was my 21st birthday, and my roommate girlfriend made a pasta dish that had shrimp in it, and we didn't know I was allergic to it. This is why I don't eat anything no more, or tried stuff. But yeah, I tried it, bro. Let's just say my 21st, I spent the night at the hospital. Never forget it.
Shoot, my 21st, I probably should have been at the hospital.
it, it it wasn't for seafood, huh?
No, definitely wasn't for seafood.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Man,
but
just think about if you had. I'm just thinking about this. If I had a cell phone at my 21st birthday, like you now, or just in high school, right?
yeah,
Man,
I do always
I'm
wonder
so
that.
glad we
Like,
did.
I do wonder that, but I also wonder how much of the social life it would have took from us if you think about it, right? Because we were
Well,
we
yes and
were
no, right? Because now I can call you before I got to walk all the way over to your house and you not be home.
yeah, but it was still but I still think I wonder how much of the
Outside
social
of the
life it
adventure
takes.
there and back, but yeah,
I still wonder the social life because
it does make people a lot lazier, right?
yeah, yeah,
Because before you used to have to get out the car, go
yeah,
knock on people's doors, see if they
yeah,
home.
yeah,
They ain't home. You got to walk back to the car. Now
yeah,
you just pull up, you
yeah.
call. They ain't came out. I'm gone.
And they also wouldn't shoot at you when you walk at the house either, right? Like keep in
Yeah,
mind that was a
yeah.
that was normal, right? Like people knocking on doors and stuff. Now all of a sudden, oh
Who
yeah,
the hell
now
am I doing? I ain't invite you here.
there's pros and cons to it now, but it is what it is.
So how was your recap of your week there, Big Mo?
It was chilled, man. I watched Super Bowl last night or yesterday, with me. It was supposed to be my mom, but I think my mom kind of just checked out on me. Uh, and I think my kid was downstairs watching it. I was in here watching it. My mom was in the room laying down, and my wife was doing whatever she does. Y'all know she don't get into football or anything. So it was kind of chilled, man. So I just sat back, just chilled. Rest of the week was chilled. We getting ready for my mom's first chemo session tomorrow. So yeah, so she's downstairs pacing back and forth. So as
Yeah.
soon as I walked in, I had to kind of tell her to chill out. Like, so we got an early morning tomorrow. So yeah, it's gonna be a long day, but we'll get through it.
All right. Well, prayers on that everything goes as best as it can. I know
Yeah,
it can be draining.
yeah, man. I know it will be.
So just let her know she's just gonna have to rest. Don't try to think she can do everything.
That's what we keep telling her, man. But you know her, like she was already talking to you. Think I can go to the game tomorrow? I'm like, nah, you stay home.
First of
Like,
all, she shouldn't want to go to those games with all these kids being
what?
sick.
Well, yes, yeah. She realized that, so now you will see her with her mask
Okay.
everywhere she goes now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She last week, my older sister, who she usually rides with, got sick. Some of the same symptoms as everyone else. So yeah, so even yesterday in church, she had her mask on. So yeah, she's masking up everywhere she go now.
That's good.
So so don't think my mom's a weirdo when you still walking around with a mask in
All right. So you try to
2026,
have it
people.
on
Yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, no, we're as positive as we can be, but you know her, like anybody know my mom be tripping, man. Like yeah. Let's just put it that way.
too. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's been different. Let's put it that way. My house has been interesting. Has its emotional days, but
Yeah.
I think we'll be fine. I think after we get through it, like I told her, I said this was just a long waiting period. It was almost like when we had to wait for a surgery, right? Like
Yeah.
I think we only had to wait like 8 days, but it was the longest damn 8 days of our life, right? Just sitting there waiting on, dang, well, like, can we have the surgery or not? Like, but I think it was long 8 days. Now I do think that this has been a long 21 days since she had her surgery, but yeah, we finna go ahead and tackle these next 4 months and
Oh,
get
that's
it out the way, man.
one time a
I
month.
sit It's sit session, so she should be done. She'll be done as long as everything goes as planned the day after Memorial Day. So right in time for the summer. Every 3 weeks, man.
Oh,
Every 3 Tuesdays.
okay. Yeah.
So
Oof.
so yeah, man. That was my week. It was pretty chill. Got a lot of work done. Now, there's a lot going on between hoops and work. I do have a real job, by the way, people. I just want to call that out too. Oh man, but there's a lot going on. But it was good. It was good. Um, you know, Friday, we got the Friday we got beat down. I'm just gonna say it was just a beat
I
down.
didn't even bring that game up.
I have to
All I said
because
about it was I'm glad that we don't have to play them anymore, and those guys are seniors and are graduated. That's what I said.
you know what last Tuesday we played at Century, and I actually thought we played. Uh, Even though we lost the game, I actually thought it was one of the most um, together game that we've played.
Yeah.
Right? Did we make a lot of mistakes? Absolutely. But I just thought, just the togetherness and stuff like that. Playing as a team, it was so much fun and energetic to watch. And like I even told the kids after the game, I was like, "Hey, I've never lost a game and got a standing ovation ever. I want to call it out ever, right? But I think they played so damn hard. Uh, it was worthy of a standing ovation. I don't think they've ever played that hard in their life. And that sucked because then all of a sudden we had to start over in the first game of the league at Sherwood, which is number 5 team in the state or 14 in a state, and we knew it wasn't going to be pretty. But good gracious, man, when you see those kids on the other team play, when you've coached them for 4 years and 5 years, and they just come beat the hell out of you like that, it plays a toll on your body. And then you get text messages around, thank you for investing your time in me. I was- Those were some of the messages I got Friday night.
Hey, the good part about it is it actually showed up on the court, right? So
It's
you were in the early part of those. Then I've been in with the the off season with the AAU stuff, but
Yeah, it's a win-win battle, right? Like it's one of those things that you want to see those kids
yeah,
succeed,
absolutely.
but then all of a sudden you don't want to see them succeed against you like that. But it does make you happy as a coach. You
Yeah.
know that, like although it was against me, me seeing certain kids throw stuff off the backboard and stuff live game is pretty damn impressive. That's all I can say. It was pretty good. But I can't be mad about it. And here's what's funny, chat. You know, I had 4 different people I don't even know, maybe five, right? That has chatted with me over the last 72 hours. And one of them we do know. We were sitting in the locker room Friday night after that bad loss, and it was like a 60-point blowout. It was bad. And it started with our trainer that came up to us while we were sitting in there, and I looked defeated. I think everybody saw I just looked like, man. But his response was, of his what 8 years there, this is the first time these kids didn't quit. And what's going through my mind, right? Like what's going through my mind is, what the hell was going on prior to this, right? Like that's literally what was going through my mind. But he did go on to explain, the reason why he said that. But since then, I've heard that from, Saturday I got to watch, some eighth grade basketball. Um, but I've heard that from other parents and people in the community that, hey, although you guys aren't winning, we see that you guys are competing, which is odd because I'm gonna be honest, we've been blown out so much this year to the point that I did not see it, right? But when I watch us practice now, we are better than what we were day one, that's for sure. Although it doesn't show um in the wins and loss columns. I guess when you listen to people talk about, how much growth that the kids have had, all I could do is just sit back and say, okay, well, that's a positive thing, right? That other people have been around long enough that they've seen it. We haven't seen it because we've only been coaching them for all of what, 6 months, 7 months, right?
Yeah.
We have seen them get better, but it seems like it was so bad in the past to the point that they're competing now, right?
Yeah.
Which is a start. I think that's the starting point to everything is trying to get kids to compete. And then now we got to start to teach the foundation and the
I think
fundamentals of
I
the
think the
game.
first thing we had to do was get these kids to be disciplined. Like they had no structure, no kind of discipline because right off the bat, 6 days
Mhm.
a week at a certain time, 15 minutes earlier. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I thought
We had a
practice
lot. Yeah,
15. I'll be there at 6:15.
yeah. We had a lot of lates, and now you don't get anybody showing up late, right? Everybody's on time. We have an optional film session. I would probably say we get 90%, 85% of our entire program there, right? We have freshmen there film, watching varsity film learning. We have JV kids there watching varsity film learning, and they're not even, participating. And then we have about 90% of our varsity kids there, right, watching and learning, and this is optional. So I think it's awesome to see that. I think we are going in the right trajectory because that does tell me that people want to learn,
Yeah.
which is awesome because most times you throw optional stuff up, you get maybe one, two kids to show up.
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the season there was a lot of walls built.
Hmm.
The kids had put up walls because new coaches coming in, new style, so
Hmm.
strict, this and that. And anything with new change, anything new with change and difference is gonna they're gonna look at it differently and have some kind of standoffishness to it.
Hmm.
It's not all of them, but a big chunk of them were. And then once those walls started breaking down, you could see the difference in the team.
Hmm.
You could see the difference in the players as they began to jail more,
Hmm.
and then be more coachable.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Um, yeah, no, I just think it's crazy. But like it's been three more weeks. It's been tiring, which is why I think Vegas is more important this year, Jenny, than anything because I need the sun. I need a good old stiff drink, Jenny. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I just need to not think about a kid for a week, right? Or for a few days, which is all I get. But
Week in Vegas, no, I can only do 4.
Jenny, most times I'm like, but now I'm more like, yeah, we need to get it done.
Hey, once I searched, now you know how my phone works. I get a message every 2 minutes. When you coming to Vegas? When you coming to Vegas? This is what we got going on that weekend.
It's crazy how AI works, huh?
Man, everything pop up. It's probably popping up right now as we're talking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. We'll get us some news. Got some news. I ain't gonna get into a whole bunch of the news because we got a lot of stuff to talk about on the sports side. But border agent Charles Exum, who shot a woman, I think her name was, it says Mary Mar Martinez, 5 times, and then he sent trophy texts out to other agents and friends of her wounded while she lay in a hospital recovering. One of the texts read this: "I fired 5 shots and she has 7 holes. Put that in your book, boys." He tried to cover it up and claim she attacked him, and then they tried to put charges on her, but the charges were dropped.
Is this that shooting at the border?
Yep. So it says they still have no charges put on him. What do you think about the situation and what should actually happen?
I think this world has gone ass backwards. Or I can't even say the world. I think our country um is wrong, right? And it's unfortunate. It is an unfortunate situation, but you know, we have leaders that condone hate, hatred, right? And understand, I can't stress this out. It doesn't matter what organization you're in, right? It starts at the top, right? Values in life, it doesn't matter, right? Like you have kids, your values are instilled in them. Whether you don't want to, even if your kid goes rogue, your
Yep.
values are still instilled in them, right? It starts at the top, and I think where we've gone bad is we just have leaders that enables it, right? And it's the most unfortunate situation You just sit political views from the side, because once upon a time we were able to argue about Democrats, Republicans. We were able to um, disagree about what they believe in,
Mm-hmm.
but we were able to still get along. We were able to still love each other. We were able to
So
still
the
move
other,
on. We were able to still say, "Talk to you in 4 years," or you know what I mean. We'll do this again in 4 years.
that's because the other side wasn't pushing it to be that way. Like even the
N-
Republicans prior to this guy weren't saying and doing the same things that he is moving that direction. But
Now
my thing is, all these people are grown. Like I don't understand where
they are.
common sense is at.
They are.
Where are we at? Where we're sitting there? I'm just going like when he did the stuff with Obama now, right? And then you got the
Mhm.
Republican black dude, senator or whatever his name is, saying, "Oh man, I hope he really didn't do that." Well, he really did do it.
Yeah,
So
he
now
did.
what's the point? Now you just
No.
go brush it off
So
because you want to stay on that side? What are we doing?
so I think I don't want to use the word dictatorship, but I almost think that you almost have to use that word. If you are a politician and you are against this person, you will be um, blackball. May be the right word. You will be phased out, right? I'm gonna use Marjorie Taylor Greene for an example. I think that's her name. She was the biggest supporter ever of this dude, right? At his rallies, all of this stuff, the Georgia senator or person, she was the biggest supporter ever,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then he had one disagreement with her, right, over this whole Epstein and stuff like that. And he essentially blackballed her to the point where she stepped aside to protect her family. You see what I'm saying? And I think all of these other politicians, they're all I get that they're grown, but they also have to make they also have to make a choice, right? And they're choosing the wrong choice. And I think let's take the politicians out of the equation for a minute because the people voted them in, right? And I think we got primaries coming up this year or
Mm-hmm.
next some this year. So I'm gonna be honest, and I would challenge all of these people. If you really want to make a difference, vote them out. You see what I'm saying? Vote someone else new in, because it's not going to change. If we continue to vote the same people in, you cannot expect change, right? And you got people that's been. It doesn't matter how much we sit around and say we hate people. For an example, I remember Bernie Sanders used to get a lot of hate. He used to get a lot of good stuff, but he used to get a lot of hate.
Yep.
I remember Mitch McConnell also used to get a lot of hate, but they were still being voted into office. So keep that in mind. So obviously, the hate must be as fake news, or the votes must be it's more powerful. You see what I'm saying? So,
So what actually comes down to, let's say you do get the right people in,
hmm
okay?
hmm
Your vote goes up to him, he just vetoes your vote.
let's
Like,
get
I
to
mean,
but let's get to that point. Let's get to that point. Like I get the whole voting fraud and everything that's out there right
yeah.
now, but let's at least get to that point, right?
And
Uh,
then you got people that are just scared to make the right choice.
you
They
you
don't
you got
want they don't want to be outcasted.
you got people that are afraid to talk. Like here's the sad part because he talked about that was supposed to be a scene from The Lion King. The Lion King was one of my favorite movies growing up, and I want to call it out. As a kid, I loved The Lion King when it came out. Right, it was very powerful. I ain't never seen no monkeys in The Lion King. I gotta go back. I just want to call it out. There was no apes in the Lion King. The whole movie. I'd probably need to go back and watch it because I haven't watched it in a while. I
Mhm.
don't remember seeing apes in that particular movie.
In the Sahara Desert.
There wasn't no apes.
I know, but I'm saying in the Sahara Desert. That's what I'm
So,
saying.
so I mean, I
We
mean,
got Jungle Book mixed up.
yeah, I don't know what the hell he had me and stuff. But here's what I will tell you. Bottom line, he was calling black people monkeys. Period. Let's just call it like we see it. Let's just call it like we hear it. I don't want to sugarcoat it, right? I think Obama and Michelle. I mean, I think Barack and Michelle did an amazing job by not entertaining it, right? Because I can't stress this out enough. When you entertain bad stuff, it just divides our country. You see what I'm saying? So, it could have went a million different ways. Barack and Michelle could have came out with a tweet, and keep in mind they got a powerful platform. And it could have went out to millions in such a negative way to the point that it could have divided us even worse, but they didn't do that. Right? And I think that speaks a lot of character. Because let's be honest, as leaders or people that you're trying to lead, there's some things that you want to say but you can't, right? There's some things that you want to disagree with, but you just shut up, right? And I think it's sad. I think it's wrong. I think it's important that even if you don't agree with something, there's a way to disagree, right?
Yeah.
If I haven't learned anything in corporate America, right? Because far too long, I would say nothing, right? Even if I disagreed. Now, I have no problem with disagreeing because I understand that there's a way to do it, right?
Yeah.
And the way to do it is not anger or hate. And I think just right now today we just have so much anger and hate in many people in this world, and they hate and they anger people because people have different views than you and I, right? Like you can't disagree with me because if you disagree with me, I immediately hate you. And that's the world that's the world that our government has put us in. That's also the world that technology, being on social media and stuff has put us in. And that's one of the main reasons why we have a lot of mental health. Now, circling back to the lady that was shot,
Hmm.
that shouldn't happen to nobody, right? 3 weeks straight, we've had shootings in Minnesota. We've had this by border patrol agents. Bottom line, is that's murder.
She didn't die.
Um,
She's still alive.
well, I'm just saying at the end of the day, it's murder or it's attempted murder. Uh, that shouldn't happen to nobody. That's bottom line. No one was threatening you. It's not like that she fired a weapon at you or she pointed the weapon at you. From my understanding, she didn't even have a weapon.
Nope.
So
Why do we got to fire 5 times?
I
Anyway,
think we I think we need to retrain our police officers. And I'm gonna be honest because as a police officer, right? Like when I've chatted with some and I got friends that are in law enforcement, they are taught to kill, right? They're not taught to wound,
whatever
right?
happened to shooting in the arm,
So
dropping the
no,
gun,
no, no,
shooting in
you
the
can't.
leg,
No, they
shooting in
can't do that. They can't do that.
well, what's the point of y'all
I
target shooting? Like that's what y'all supposed to be doing.
I don't know the why around it, right? That's why they say if you're gonna draw your weapon, use it. There's no reason to draw it, right? And it's the same thing as a civilian. Don't pull a gun on someone if you're not gonna use it because the retaliation is always worse, right? So I always say that, but it's sad though. It's very sad.
Yeah, I think he should. I think he should get some jail time from it. I don't think it's gonna happen because they haven't done anything yet. It's been
It's
set.
not. They haven't done anything to any of these people, right? Like I laugh at a lot of stuff because everything that's happening in the news is a distraction for AKA Epstein.
Yep, exactly. That's what I was
so
about to say. I was
so
about to say
so
the whole Obama stuff. That's why he
yeah,
don't care that you. He doesn't care that you call him a racist. Like he'd rather be that all day.
yeah.
Bring up the files and talk about all the stuff in
And
the
then
file.
you guys prosecute what's in it, and that's why he's now saying, we need to move on from it, right? And if nothing's gonna happen, I agree, we need to move on. But if we're gonna prosecute these people for child molestation and all of this stuff, then we need to take actions.
Yeah,
But I
but here's the thing: all the people at top,
are involved. Yeah.
money.
Yeah, they're involved. So that's why we are where we are. So that's why I've said from day one, nothing's gonna happen. It sucks.
Quick
It
question:
it, it sucks.
so you're racist? Do you eat ethnic foods?
Hell yeah, you like Chinese food. Here's the thing. Like this is what I don't understand. His wife is not white.
I understand that.
I struggle with the
She's not
word.
even. She's not even. She's an immigrant, actually.
That's kind of why I struggle with the word racist. When your wife ain't, but then again, your wife could be a slave to you, so you don't know what goes on behind scenes, right? But I do struggle with people saying that he's racist. I do think that he has a lot of hate on him,
I
a lot
wasn't
of
just
hate,
talking to
a
him.
lot.
I was just talking in general. Like
Yeah,
if
no, I'm just saying in general. I hear that a lot about him. right? But like I think about like some of the black people he did help along the way, whether it was for a political game or whether it was for any kind of game. He
Hmm.
did help them at the end of the day, right? Or not only blacks but other minorities and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um, I I just think this guy is a guy that thinks shit don't stink. That is my thoughts on him. It's his way or the highway.
hmm,
And I think that's what we're witnessing. And he doesn't care if you're offended. He doesn't care if you feel it's racist. He doesn't care if you feel any type of way. It's his way or no way. Right. And I think that's what we're learning.
yeah.
And understand we're just 1 year in. So we got 3 more years, people.
Uh,
I just thought I'd call it out. 36 more months, 35 more months.
but then
People,
he'll probably figure out a way to get another term.
it's possible, man. All he got to do is all he got to do is get rid of one of those laws we have in place. He'll probably say it's too
Speaking
old.
of laws, based on the Constitution being written so long ago, do you think, based on all the updates and things that are
Mhm,
happening in the
mhm,
world, in the
mhm,
U.S. nowadays,
mhm.
they should have update them?
I do. I said that. You know what? What am I? 41, 42. Believe it or not, platinum. I actually said that when I was in my 20s. I said it when I was in my 30s, and I'll say it now. Yes. The United States in this country was built off of 1776. I think when the Declaration of Independence was signed, something like that. So yeah, I do think that you need to update, amend certain things, right? Slavery was one of them, right? So I do think as the world evolves, some things need to be updated. Not saying that it needs to be taken out. Not saying that it needs because that's what our world is built on. I get that. That's what our country is built on.
Yeah,
But I do think some things should be modified. I do.
I agree. Especially when not everything is being used to how it's supposed to be used
We
anyway.
don't live by it, right? All right. The right to bear arms,
Correct.
right? All of a sudden, what is the definition of that now?
And it's only
Right?
so you can only do it in certain states.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, why the Constitution says I can
But
do
but
it?
that's also why I don't like the Constitution or the states, right? The state law should never override what our Constitution is, right? And I think as the world evolves, the states are evolving, but the federal government is not, right? And for an example, marijuana. How is marijuana legal at all of these state levels, but at the federal level, I mean, they've dropped it, and now
Yeah.
it's like a class A or whatnot, but it's still illegal, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by the states are evolving, where the what you call it's not, where the federal government is not, right? And I get that we have done some amendments to the Constitution, Mike. I get that, but I don't think that we've done enough. We're not protecting Americans, by the way. We're not protecting anyone anymore.
Huh. What was I gonna say? Um, shoot, I totally forgot it. Totally forgot it. All right.
Brain going bad. Brain going bad.
No, I didn't have enough time before I had to get on the show to
We
get my
flew.
right.
Hey, I was flying home, man. Like, oh man, gosh.
That's what it is. I didn't get enough time to get my mind right.
Yep, yep. We flew.
Another thing in the news. This is actually pretty crazy. Um, Olive Garden restaurant in
Mm,
Williamsport, Pennsylvania, had a shocking
mm,
event take place 2 Fridays ago
yep,
when they had a cook suffer a fatal burn injury when he decided to dive headfirst
I saw that.
into the deep fryer
Yep.
after removing his clothes. He was sent to the hospital where he passed several days later. What do you think about this story?
There were some workers that burnt themselves too,
You know,
trying to save him. Um, I
that's an interesting way.
That's a painful way. That is a painful way. I think this is where I think. it is important to check in with friends and loved ones every once in a while. Um, it's sad any kind of way that you say it. I'm gonna be honest. Like I read about this just last night, so it's funny that you brought this up. At first I thought it was fake, but then I read a couple more outlets, and it really was. He stuck his whole head in bubbling grease. Um, I I don't know if that's meant. I don't know what that is. Somebody pissed him off. He snapped. The only issue is that
That's wrong. That's a what?
the only issue is he didn't take it out on nobody. He said he taking it out on himself. I don't know. I would love to understand what led up to it, because there had to be something. He didn't just do that just because, right? Like there's always something behind the scenes that they don't share or that we don't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
But I will really love to understand.
Have you ever heard of anyone doing that before?
I've never. No, that one's new. That one's new. I don't get me wrong. There may be some crazies out there that would do it,
Yeah,
but
I've
I
never heard that
I
either.
think I
You
think
know,
that
from
one's new.
all places, I wouldn't have thought Olive Garden, like the fryer, deep fryer for Olive. I would have thought like it would have been like a fast food place.
Hmm. Well, I had to think. Well, first of all, when they
I
first
was
set
like,
it
what are you
up,
frying at Olive Garden?
but then they do got fried food. I thought about that. Like they had a fried
Okay.
they had a fried lasagna, fried mozzarella. So they
Okay.
do have it. So the deep fryer, I wouldn't expect for them to have this major deep fryer, if
Yeah,
that makes sense,
that's
right?
what I was thinking. I was like,
But no, I mean, shoot, I guess he got tired of working. I don't know. It's
so
not funny.
you gotta be shut down,
I I don't know, but
right? Because you gotta get a whole new deep fryer.
when somebody say I'm done, like this
And then you're
dude,
not eating at that Olive Garden for a little bit because you don't know if they did get a new deep fryer.
they had to. I'm pretty sure they took that thing fully out. This dude had to literally say I'm done. Like I don't know. I don't know, man. Like you never know what's going through people's head, man. But I always try and say that's not the way to go, though.
Oof.
That's not the way to end it. Like, man,
Yeah, that's my little bit of news session before we get into some sports here. I'm not going Super Bowl yet. I'm gonna go college basketball.
before we get into sports, you don't want to talk about the commercials
I was gonna talk about that at the same time as Super Bowl.
throughout the sports.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about the halftime. We can go right to that.
Yeah, we ain't got to talk about the sports itself, but
Okay.
I think we should talk about the commercials
Oh, you want to go? Which way are you going? Right to 50?
and the half times. No, not the 50. I actually think the commercials this year was dumb. I want to call it out. I think the price for a commercial has gotten so ridiculous now.
But why
Uh,
even pay it when everybody's on their phone anyway?
that's why I think everybody is putting their marketing dollars at. They're just doing it social media now.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have
Um,
done that.
and now, but then that's probably why you didn't see any good commercials. I don't like. I probably fell asleep, but I didn't even see a Dorito commercial. Right?
Uh,
You remember Doritos, Coors Light.
that's
They
because they
use
probably did it. They probably put their money into
online.
media.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get it. Twitter. But you remember those used to be like the top commercials, right?
Dunkin' Donuts had a good one.
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts did have a good one,
Goodwill Dunkin'.
but you know what? It kind of sucks because Dunkin' Donuts not here, and that's my favorite coffee. So I got to get it from Fred Meyer's. Got to make it every morning. It kind of sucks, right?
So what you're saying is you need to franchise it.
I looked at that. It just costs a lot of money to start a Dunkin's. It did cross my mind. I was like,
Just
they
for
like
the coffee. You
I
get
was
a franchise just for the coffee.
just to get my free coffee, right? Because I don't eat their donuts and nothing. I just like their coffee. But it would be pretty sweet to bring a Dunkin's here. It is a coffee town. I wonder if it'd do well here. We should try it.
That's why it closed. Because they had that one, a couple of them.
Yeah,
They tested me.
but I think this area has evolved so much, right? Like they're opening up coffee shops left and right
Yeah.
now. I think that it may thrive a little bit better. But before they didn't have as many coffee shops here, if you think about it, right? Like it was Starbucks or the highway. Now all of a sudden there's so many local it was
Yeah.
Starbucks or Dutch Bros. Now all of a sudden there's so many local coffee shops that have came in here, mom and pops, right? That has come in and all of a sudden they're taking away those shares from Starbucks and stuff. But Dunkin' did have a good one. Um, I thought you want to talk about 50?
Well, did you see the karaoke one by Coinbase?
Coinbase,
Like,
Instacart,
who's this? And at the end, Coinbase.
Coinbase, and Instacart, and those little come ups. I think they do a pretty good job. I do. The State Farm one was good as well.
Yes, I know.
But it just wasn't the commercial of the days.
Yeah,
It
it wasn't as hype. Like, no, there was no standout.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that commercial was great.
It wasn't that you'll go to the bathroom during the game to catch the commercials.
But you also got to understand, this day and age, how many people are really watching commercials?
Yeah, I mean, people are still watching the game live. The game is live. I mean, they still watching the game live though.
No,
You know what
I
I mean?
understand that, but you got to understand how many people are really watching commercials. Like,
Yeah.
either if you're gonna do it, you're gonna watch it, or you're not. You're gonna fast forward if you recorded it, or if you're watching it, you're only watching the little recaps on your phone.
Yeah. Well, somebody had a QR code. Like, you could have got a free. Oh, Lay's had a QR code that I missed. They was giving away free chips.
I missed Mr. Beast's too. He was giving away $1 million.
See, so
If you could figure out the puzzle.
So I think I missed that one too. But
he posted this morning, no one still had won it. I was like, what?
Yeah, so that just shows you right there. Like, and he was there. So, what you think about before we do get into 50, the cost of the Super Bowl, man?
The cost? You mean the tickets?
Yeah, yeah.
The average price of the tickets was like 20,000, 22,000.
And why do I know 3 people that were there?
Because you got rich friends.
No, I don't. I literally, one of the kids I coached in basketball before.
Hey.
But yeah, there was 3 people from Sherwood that was there.
Shoot.
And they had pretty damn good seats too. That's why I was like, wow.
Hold up.
I personally want to reach out and be like, yo,
I like my teams a lot, right? There is no way I am dropping $90,000 to go to a game. No way in hell.
I'll drop for the Super Bowl. I'll drop 2. That'll be my max.
Oh yeah, 2,000.
That'll be my max. It's pushing it, but that'll be my max.
That's a Vegas trip.
Exactly. So I'll drop.
You still gotta go eat. You still gotta get room and board. Oh yeah. No,
but for my Falcons, I would drop 2. I was gonna go to the game when they played the New England Patriots. And what was crazy was that was the one thing I told my wife. I said, if they're going, I'm going, right? The only issue is that I was willing to spend the 2, but then you needed to buy 2 tickets because you don't want to go by yourself.
4.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, I ain't got no friends to go with. I ain't finna invite my wife, first of all, who don't like football. That's a waste of a ticket if you take somebody who don't like football, right? Like, so I'm like, like I take it, like I took it to the Georgia game, I took it to the Falcons game, but when it comes to the Super Bowl, like, that's me spending a couple $100 versus a couple $1,000. There's a big difference.
What's happening in my team makes the Super Bowl? I will be at all.
You'll be there, all of the out-in events except
all
the game,
out events,
the tailgate and everything.
Tailgate and everything. That game starts, I will be at that bar right outside.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad idea either. Like, just go to all of the festivities that week because they have a ton of them. But while you're there, you also have the opportunity to win tickets while you're there. So it actually may be worth just going through the experience.
Be like, hey, I got an extra ticket,
and then be at the bar. You ain't gonna find that friend, but
$20,000. I'll be like, you know what, man? I'm just gonna sell mine. Thank you.
But I thought that was no. All right, DoorDash. What do you think about DoorDash commercial?
Hey, he did exactly what he wanted to do. They knew what he was doing, so it helped them out as well. And it's just petty 50. Petty 50. He's still out here being petty, knowing he was being petty as heck. But he also got more Diddy stuff coming out, so that's why.
I think 50 is just dirt wrong. That's bottom line. He's just dirt wrong. From the
He's
cheese,
just a big bully. That's all he is.
From the cheese puffs to the clock to the dang. Don't nobody even use combs like that anymore.
We got like 40, 50 bucks.
That you know what that commercial right there. If
That's the
anybody,
thing. He did what he was supposed to do because we remembered I memorized the whole commercial. He didn't say much.
if everybody followed that commercial, I mean, I just thought that was hilarious. I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. That was just hilarious. Mike said the Super Bowl needed better commercials.
Yeah,
We
agreed.
We agreed, Mike. We agreed.
The Super Bowl needed a better game.
Let's get into the game. You know what? Before we get into other sports, let's just get into it because Mike is already saying in the chat the game was sucking. All right, let's get into it. I do want to call out that I did win one of my work squares. I won the fourth quarter, so that was pretty awesome.
I didn't win my money back.
Won me some change, so that was positive. I won some of my fantasy football money from.
Oh, speaking of fantasy, look at this. Oh, the champion is back. This is where it's going to stay for the next couple of years. I'm about to three-peat this, by the way, fans, people out there.
You do know why you won this year, right?
Yeah, because I win.
No, I rigged it.
Look at that. Oh.
I rigged it. Congratulations, though.
Shout out to Lila on the purchasing of the rings.
Yeah, Lila, good job on those. By the way,
I'm gonna need 5 of these. 5 of these. I'm gonna get 2 high school real ones and 3 championships.
I'm just trying to make the playoffs one year. That's where I'm at with it. I'm done trying to win. I'm just trying to make the damn playoffs one year.
This is my Super Bowl ring in Vegas.
This guy walking around that big old ring gone. Anyways,
PJ Tucker, yeah.
Let's get into the game. Let's get into the game.
All right. What you want to talk about?
So the Seahawks beat the Patriots.
Yep. Mo, who told you that was gonna happen? This one right here. Fantasy point. It's a standing ovation. That actually should have been a worse. This should have been just a blowout completely. This shouldn't have been particular. But the Seahawks were bad. So people started chasing the center. So they had to let him score in the fourth. This is so complicated.
So, first of all them damn people cheering need to just go on back home. First of all, we already knew. When I said we, right? Everyone already knew that the Patriots versus the Seahawks was gonna be a disaster of a game, and I think it was just that. I think it was a disaster of a game. I think it was boring for multiple reasons. You had 2 inexperienced quarterbacks that was going to panic on a big stage, and I thought they both panicked on the big stage. Luckily, Seattle just had a better running game than what the Patriots had, and that was really the outcome, and that's why Buddy got MVP, right?
Yeah.
So the game was boring for 3/4 of the game, and the fourth quarter made it entertaining, which always makes me wonder. How the hell can you be that boring for 3/4 and then the fourth quarter you move the ball up and down the field like it's nothing to it? I never understood the magnitude of that. Why don't you just play a whole 2-minute offense the entire damn game, right? Like New England couldn't get a first down to save their life, right? Then all of a sudden, bam, 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 bam. I'm like, come on, bro, right? That's some of the parts I don't get sometimes, and I'm a diehard football fan. It even drives me nuts, right? Like I'm a diehard Georgia fan. When I sit there and I watch Georgia take the lead, but then you go run possession, right, to try and milk some of the clock. Just keep it at a high level game. And for once,
win, not to lose.
Yeah. Don't play to not to lose. Like just play to win. And I just think
he can do nothing. Technically, really, for 3 quarters. I think they just kind of laid off of him until they got that pick 6.
Yeah, I guess, but neither quarterback was able to do nothing. Like if you really sit back and think
Well,
about it,
what Darnold didn't do was he didn't turn it over.
that was the key. That was the key, right? And like they
What he
said,
needed to do in that
but
type of game, his defense was just so good. He didn't
and,
need to do much.
yeah, and like they said
And KSC got hurt.
in the regular season,
Most turnovers.
he had 20 turnovers. He gave up 20 turnovers, and he had 0 turnovers in the entire playoffs.
Correct.
So he did do everything right.
His game was the game against the Rams. That was his game.
I
That actually was the play. That actually was the Super Bowl right there.
That was. I actually think with Sam Darnold, it's crazy. Just a year ago, he was playing for the Minnesota Vikings, and they was 14-3, something like that, right? And then all of a sudden, how the hell do you let that go as a free agent?
Because the way he lost those last 2 games.
I get that.
And they had.
I
understand. It's easy to look at it now because he won the Super Bowl. But if let's say they lost, didn't make the playoffs or they lost in the first round, it wouldn't even be a story.
But
right?
you know what? But you know what? They're kicking themselves though.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are.
You are.
But probably the main one.
But I do think it's kudos to him because Seattle couldn't make a deal with Geno, so Geno bailed out and left because Seattle was going back. They was trying to re-sign Geno, and they couldn't make that deal. And then they went to the free agent market and got Donald, and obviously the rest is history. So kudos to those guys.
$3 million.
Yeah, and that's their second Super Bowl in like 10 years or 15 years or something like that. So kudos to those, man, because Super Bowls don't come easy.
No.
Right? Like it's not something that you can.
It was actually in the Super Bowl 4 times, by the way.
Yeah. So
all happened since 2002. I saw that pop up.
Which is crazy.
They have 10 division titles in that time, by the way, you 49ers and Rams fans and Cardinals. So yeah, they got 10 of them, and they've been to Super Bowl 4 times, and they got 2 wins. And in that time frame, Rams are the only team with 1.
In 24 years. So 24 years, they got 2 championships, 4 Super Bowl appearances, 10 division titles.
Yep.
That's pretty impressive.
They joined the NFC West in 2002.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Get to work.
I think what was funny, and I hope DM listens to this. Last night when Ed sent the message, and he was like, "Man, them Seahawks defense is good." DM responded, "Yeah, man, the NFC West is good."
Well, the NFC West is good.
But don't be including your 49ers in what was going on. Like, let's be real honest. DM sitting there, he trying to include them damn Niners in there. Them Niners went where they went. They went home.
41-9.
He was trying. He was trying his hardest to include them last night, and I wasn't having that. You ain't including them with the NFC West. Bottom line, Ed said Seattle was doing good, and he didn't want to give Seattle the credit. He wanted to say the NFC East, NFC West.
You definitely ain't gonna like them stats,
man.
10 titles, division titles, and 4 Super Bowl appearances and 2 touchdowns or 2 Super Bowls.
If he listen to this one, he ain't gonna be happy with us. He may not come back on the show. This should have been a night we had him on the show.
We had some of the Niner fans.
He would have been mad. He would have been mad at me because he want to talk about my Falcons. Everybody want to talk about my Falcons these days. That's okay.
They dropped Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, bad decision.
Where's he gonna go?
I think he goes. I think he had to go to Minnesota.
Back to Minnesota?
I do think so. Honestly, I do think Kirk Cousins has another year or 2 on him. I think a great place for him to go would be somewhere that has a young quarterback that he can actually help groom, or somebody that don't have a quarterback yet, like a New Orleans or a.
New Orleans got a quarterback, Schaub or whatever. That's their quarterback. That dude balled out the last few games.
Like a New Orleans or even a Vegas, or
he going to Vegas,
a New York. I'm just saying like but still somebody that's going to draft the quarterback, but feel that quarterback needs to grow, right? The NFL is just a different level, man. right? And you know,
What's his name?
I get that we're dropping him, but I don't think Michael Penix is our option either.
Well, no, they're going to draft a
So
quarterback.
I don't know what we're planning to do, and maybe we draft one, maybe we don't.
They ain't
Uh,
in this draft. They next year.
if we do draft one, I mean, at that point in time, in my head, I'm like, we're in rebuilding mode.
Yeah,
So that explains why Kevin Stefanski's there because we'll fire him,
because he.
right? Yeah. So you know, like if we're in rebuilding mode, then all of a sudden that means we're going to be trading Kyle Pitts, right? We're going to be trading potentially Bijan because he's
No.
coming up on his rookie deal. Here's the thing: if you're in rebuilding mode, rebuild. Don't make those guys suffer because you as an organization decides to do something different. Those guys want to win. They're now veterans. They're no longer rookies. Bijan, I think this was his last year. He has one more year on his rookie deal. Right? Yeah. I think this is year 3. So, you know, it sucks, right? And I don't want to lose those guys, but at the same time, right? Don't make them suffer. Like it's that plain and simple.
It's contract year, right?
This is his contract year. This is
It's and your receiver.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Which one?
Your receiver. Pitts is your tight end, right? Yeah.
Pitts is my tight end.
So your receiver is up too. Or did he just get re-signed last year?
No, you talking about Drake? Drake London?
Yeah.
I don't know if I think we re-signed him last year, but I need to double check.
Yeah, because if that's the case, then yeah, you don't. I don't know where y'all at with y'all salary cap and all that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. You gotta what you call it. You just gotta. I mean, we didn't have a high salary cap last year, but I do think that if you're gonna go all in, go all in. If you're gonna go all out, go all out. Don't be that team.
You're going to have to figure something out because Carolina's better.
Carolina's better,
right? And you got Tampa Bay. That's usually always in
Tampa
there.
Bay's better. New Orleans always figure it out.
Yeah,
and then you got us. Yeah, no, you're right. Carolina is better.
Y'all got the athletes. Y'all got the offensive side of stuff. Y'all just need to figure out the quarterback and a couple pieces on the defensive end.
Well, I think that was our problem because Raheem was a defensive coach. That's why he has a defensive coordinator job, right?
You know, but he didn't have some of the players he needed. He needed some other players.
Well, Arthur Blank. That's why his last name is Blank. He need to be writing them damn blank checks.
That's why he got it brought in. What's his name, right? Ryan.
He bought in Grady, and he bought in some solid play. I don't think. I think here's the thing, man. That made me feel like we're in rebuilding. Everybody knows I love Matt Ryan. I do.
New coach, new GM, new
coach, new GM, new president of operations. You see what I'm saying? So like that tells me that you don't want to win right now. And again, like we're also bringing in. I love Matt Ryan, but you also can't bring in an inexperienced person, right? Without help, right? Yeah. Like so, I'm hoping that someone is talking to him behind the scenes. You know, like Tom Brady is a minority owner, a little bit different. He has owner stakes.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a GM or anything. He probably can influence who you're drafting, but he's not the GM.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where Matt Ryan, you know, like him being a basketball, the general manager is what they quoted him as. You know, or president of basketball operations, football operations, whatever it is. He just hired the new GM that we just hired this week, so we'll find out.
All right. Well, before we get out of here on this stuff, we still got the halftime to discuss.
Bunny Bad and Kid Rock, baby. Which one you like?
A whole lot of back and forth on the internet over both shows at halftime. I did see that the Turning Point people did not get the views that they were assuming they were going to get. Bad Bunny, on the other hand, broke records and had like 132 million people watching it. So I'm just trying to figure out here, like, is this going to be an all-time thing? Like, we're going to continue to do this every Super Bowl, or did they actually get it figured out and realize they just can't compete?
So
what's the point?
So with Turning Point, their problem was they didn't have licenses, right? And I don't think they realized that all of the licenses the NFL buys, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the TikToks, I don't think they knew that, right?
They went on their little apps and their
and
little
and so they ended up going to YouTube TV, which is their TV channel, right? And then they went True Social. That's all they was able to go because the license to play those things was off limits due to the NFL, right?
Speaking of, go ahead.
You cannot compete against NFL. Period. It doesn't matter whether you don't like the halftime show, whether you do like the halftime show. When it's the Super Bowl, you can't compete against it. Period. There's no we're gonna do our own thing. First of all, I don't think a lot of people like Kid Rock any longer, so I think he can kind
Well,
of.
did you hear the lyrics of the songs?
I heard
The
I
girl for
I heard a couple
Street
lyrics. So I
to
I
make it
think
mandatory.
yeah I think
Yeah, something like that off his lyrics. I was like, dang, y'all
yeah.
doing that at
Well, what I don't like about Kid Rock is don't bring Jesus in it, and then the lyrics of your song talking about molestation and stuff like that. I did hear some of it.
yeah, I'm trying to figure. I'm like, what are we talking about here?
I think they again. I just think you know. I don't
Here's
know
the
that.
crazy part is Kid Rock was a rapper, honestly, a rapper
Mhm.
is what he tried to be like. And all he hung around with was black people
Yeah, yeah,
until he blew up.
yeah. Then he went elsewhere.
Yep.
Um, and
Because
now
he didn't
he.
make it in as in rock or nothing else. Nobody was listening to him.
I just yeah, and I think Kid Rock is gonna continue to hurt himself, and he's gonna realize that the president's not gonna be there to save him eventually. And what I mean by that is that I think he has a Rock the Nation or something like that show. Since then, Ludacris has pulled out. A lot of people are pulling
Yep.
out of his show because they don't like what he's done for this halftime, right? At the end of the day, I think even leading up to that point, he lost his band members and everything because they didn't want the division,
Correct.
right? At the end of the day, we don't always agree with who's in the Super Bowl. That's the controversy this world loves, right? That's the controversy this world likes. It shouldn't be about um, you know, whether it's in all Spanish or English, that's not the case. Believe it or not, the United States does not have a native language. Our primary language is English, but we don't have a country language, which is crazy to even know that.
England.
But we don't have that, and I just think the halftime show. Um, if you want to get into that, I don't think it was very. I don't think it was very good, but it was very powerful.
I think it had to do if you understood the Puerto Rican roots and the things that he was trying to explain in
Yeah,
the story,
yeah.
you would understand it. The songs, I mean, people were they were up dancing.
You got the sway, man. Because you moved to the
You
beats.
don't have to listen to the words. Half
You
the
you
time, you can hear
you
some
moved to the
the
beats.
words anyway.
Yeah, you moved to the beats. The people in Miami was loving it. I guarantee you, every one of my Miami
Hey,
Latino people, they probably was in the bar getting down.
I almost took the shirt off and was on the stoop, but then I realized where I was at.
But again, like again, the sway, the beats, I loved it. Like I love some of the stuff he did. I love the end when he put up all of the flags.
I like
Um,
that. Yeah.
I think this whole thing happened because of our president, right? So if anyone want to hate anybody, you hate him because I don't. Bad Bunny is a national icon. I
And
don't
Puerto
think that.
Rico is the US, by the way, people.
Yeah, yeah. What the president said he met with their president last year. So,
Uh,
but I don't think that he would have gotten this if it wasn't for everything that was going on in our country. I'm just gonna be honest. But I love the video. I love what he did. I love what he was trying to do. I have heard some of his music. I was really hoping that he brought out Cardi B and played that one song, but he didn't. Like that. That's my song. That's
he
my
was there.
jam.
You gotta jump on.
Right? She was there. He just didn't sing it. Because I didn't think he wanted to.
You know what threw me off?
What's
Was
that?
Lady Gaga.
That one threw me off too. That one threw me
Yeah, I
off.
was like, whoa. And then she didn't look like normal Lady Gaga.
She looked like a normal person.
Exactly. I was like, she was trying to have herself be as most white as possible, if that makes sense, with blondest hair.
She looked like a normal person. Yeah.
She's like, I'm about to be the only one out here in the middle of Puerto Rico.
Yeah, she looked like, and then it was a real wedding. What are your thoughts on that?
That's what I'm about to say. That was the best part. Is because they invited him to a wedding. He wasn't able to do it. So he said, you know what? I'm about to do it in the Super Bowl. That's tight.
I thought that was absolutely awesome.
Like you just saved all that money on your wedding and got to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And get married in front of 320 million people, right? Like
they ain't never gonna happen again.
Like
nah. Sure somebody gonna try to do it, but it ain't gonna happen again.
But I thought that was creative because like
now you go down to history.
We knew what was going on. Like we didn't know what was going on, but then I thought that was one of the coolest part about it. But again, the end was pretty powerful, right? Even what they put up on the jumbotron that we didn't get to see from a TV viewer perspective, but they showed it later on, right? And there's no other powerful word than hate than love, right? And I agree with that 100%. And I did hear about they got engaged in Oregon, right? I mean, come on, they're from the West Coast. I think the Oregon coast is one of the most beautiful things. Yes, it's the Oregon coast. It's not it's not the beach. Do not call that crap a beach. I hate when people say that. It drives me nuts. But the Oregon coast is one of the most beautiful places in the world, if you ask me. It's not the beach, but it is the coast, and the coast is gorgeous, right? So, if I ever had to do it again, which I won't, but if I could have proposed to my wife again, it'll probably be at Oregon coast somewhere.
You can do it again.
No, she's already asked for a renewal, and I'm like, no, that was expensive. No.
You ain't gonna do another wedding.
Nah, she's already asked. She asked that. What are we, 15? What are we, 15, 16 now?
We gotta update our vows.
Yeah, I've heard that several times.
We gotta update them every 10 years.
And you know what I said? Okay, you'll be there by yourself.
Whoa.
I better start talking. My wife might be on here listening.
My ears over here. And if not, it's on here.
Oh man. Nah. I think maybe 20 years we'll do something. Because 20 years is a long time. But yeah.
It is.
Let's see, what's that? 4 years from now? When did I get married? 2011? 2012? 2011? Yeah.
You better remember your date.
That's 5 years. Yeah, if I tell her 5 years, she'll start planning now. Next thing it's out of control. So I'll wait.
You probably already heard this. You said 5 years now.
I'll wait.
No, you already said it. It's on there. It's on the record. I got a record of it.
Yeah.
You didn't play it again. You said 5 years.
Yep. Yeah. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm gonna put some pressure on her, right? Because she's always talking about my boat. And it's funny because she's always like, if you really want the boat,
you've been talking about for 10 years.
Yeah, and that's the thing. She always like, if you really wanted one, you'll go get one.
First of all, she had to get a house, and you was gonna get a boat.
Exactly. So now I'm gonna put the pressure on her because as soon as she started talking about vows and stuff, I'm gonna say, we get those vows renewed when I get my boat, and watch how that works.
You gonna have a boat tomorrow?
I could very well could be. I can actually see her have me popping open the damn box with a fake boat in it, with a fake boat in it, right?
You can get a remote control boat.
They be teasing me about it, man.
Actually, she probably show up with a raft that you got to blow up. They'll be like, here's your boat. Now let's get to planning.
They be teasing me, man. They do. They be teasing me. But I am gonna get it, peoples. It's just a matter of when. It's not if, it's when. I gotta finish paying the IRS first. Once I'm done with that bill, then that's my boat.
He still got to buy this thing out of my garage.
Oh yeah, I still got my sauna over there too. That's the reason why we haven't gotten it yet, because I've been trying to figure out where in my garage is it gonna go, because she's already told me if I find a spot, let her know so she can approve it.
I'll figure it out for you.
Well, the issue is I have my steamer out there in there too, because I have a steamer room. So I'm like, well, if I remove that, yeah, bro, I got a steamer, bro. I don't do the hot tubs that much, but I do the steamers.
Hot tub is definitely most needed.
Yeah. So I do the steamer, so that's good. Really quick, let's jump into some. We got like 6 minutes, so let's talk more sports just for a minute. College basketball.
I was going there because college basketball was getting cut.
Well, then let's not talk about college basketball today. Then
No, my team is getting cut. You can talk about it. I'm still cutting them.
I read your message. That's why I was trying my hardest not to bring it up tonight. I did read the anger. You can't cut them for that though.
Back-to-back champions. Number 3 in the country. Y'all don't have an out-of-bounds play? A press break? To get the damn ball in?
Hold up. We got to pause. First of all, don't be talking about my knees on here. My knees ain't good. If I am in that damn steam room, you know what? I take that back. My knees be feeling real good when I get out of it. But give it by 7 minutes after that, girl.
7 minutes.
You're 100% right. Them knees be feeling good, but boy, you give about 7 minutes after that.
You might need to put one upstairs.
Man, I should put one in my bedroom, boy. Hey, all of a sudden I get them knees right. Wife, watch out. Well, them knees bad, man. Them knees bad. Oh man.
Hey, you better wrap them knees up for them.
I'll put that icy hot on them.
Ice and heat.
Oh man, the knees been good lately though.
It's 2 hours in advance.
The knees been good because the weather's been good. That's why. That's why it's been good lately. No swelling. The weather's just been good. I've been bouncing around here like it ain't nothing to it.
Yeah, but that sucks. We suck right now. We dropped. First of all, we were 3. We lose to St. John's and dropped all the way to 8.
Yeah, you lost to St. John's. That's why.
St. John's is 25.
Doesn't matter. You lost to St. John's.
And we're 22.
You lost to St. John's.
Oh gosh, you don't lose one game and drop that much.
You still lost to St. John's.
But then Houston beats 2 teams with 3 losses and all the way up to number 3. Get out of here.
Well, bottom line, they didn't feel that UConn should have been there in the first place. So you guys losing to St. John's just proved it and why you shouldn't have been there.
Yes, we should.
So I think that's what it is. Anyways, I'll let you cut them later. I want to talk briefly about the NBA because last week was the trade deadline. We kind of missed it. So since the trade deadline, there was a ton of trades. I'm not going to get into all of them. Yeah. I'm just going to talk about who wasn't traded. So it sounded like news around the league was Memphis was trying to shop Ja Morant, and they couldn't even get anyone to get Ja Morant to take on Ja Morant without giving them a draft pick. That's how far Ja Morant's stock has dropped. What are your thoughts on that? Because to me, I think, I still think he's a premium player.
Yep.
I think he just needs a new environment. I think he needs new life. But what are your thoughts on that?
He gets traded in the offseason. Same with Giannis. But he put it. I mean, he made his own bed. Like you did all the stuff and kept doing all the stuff, even when people were trying to tell you. And your dad up in there acting like he with you too, and not even being a dad in that moment. Like, okay, we got to cut this out. Quit this. I mean, he probably did, but he still was out kicking it with him.
I don't think the dad has stepped in to be a dad. He probably stepped in to be a friend. I think this is those situations where the dad experienced a little bit of success. And we all know that money makes the world goes around, but the dad just feels untouchable. But now all of a sudden hearing that your son can't be traded, hopefully it humbles you a little bit. That you got 29 other teams in the league won't take you, right?
I think his dad might be part of that issue.
Like you got some very disciplined teams in the league that if you go there, right, it's their way or you're out. But the fact that no one would take him that was horrible to hear. Because I do think that he's an awesome player, right? I do think he needs to get better defensively, but I think he's a great player. So
they have to trade him this offseason.
Yeah,
they're rebuilding. They got rid of everybody.
And they couldn't get rid of him. That's
he's
why.
probably not going to even play. He's probably going to the season.
Yeah, I agree. Giannis, I know you talked briefly on him. There was 2 things about Giannis. So Giannis, first of all, the Miami Heat opened up their entire roster to get Giannis minus Bam. The Bam was the only one that was off limits on their roster, which was shocking. They was very close to making a deal, but the deal fell through at the last minute. Right. Giannis, it wasn't necessarily Giannis, but the Bucks has since been trolling Sham for the reports that he's been getting, that he's been giving Sham, what's his
Yeah,
name?
yeah,
Yeah.
James
But
Harden.
yeah, they've been trolling him since his reports ended up being not real, given that Giannis wasn't moved. What are your thoughts on the Bucks?
Uh, I mean, they didn't feel like they had the right stuff in return for him. So you don't make the move, knee jerk reaction.
Mid-year,
Yeah, just to get something not worth you're getting.
give
Like they're
your
gonna end up what they're gonna do is he'll get traded in the summer.
give yep,
We'll know what people have as
yep.
far as picks and everything. They'll know where they're at in the
Hmm.
draft,
Hmm.
right? So then they really know what they need. Then they can
So
be like, okay, you know what? I could trade for just those guys now. I got this pick and this pick. I don't need all your, top picks or whatever. So
Giannis, so really quick, Giannis is currently injured, right?
right.
He do they sit him for the rest of the year, or do they bring him back and allow him to play when
No,
he's healthy?
no, you sit him for the rest of the year. You're tanking. You're trying to get a top pick.
Okay.
You're
So
tanking without tanking.
Freeze, you're a season ticket holder. What are your thoughts?
You're mad. But there's nothing you can do about it. They're gonna play hard. They're gonna play hard. They're just not gonna win the game. Like they're gonna put players out there to play hard because they're playing for, you know, they're playing for their livelihood. They're playing to get money themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So a
Their
lot of these
contract.
dudes would be two-way players or
Mm-hmm.
guys that were at the end of the bench
Mm-hmm.
on these other teams, right? And you'll go and you'll be like, oh, why isn't what's the name playing? Why isn't because they're resting
Mm-hmm.
or hurt, but they're basically going to play these younger guys or these guys and tell them, hey, play hard, but don't play too hard. sell it so that people keep buying tickets.
Yeah.
But no, we want you to lose the game because we got to get a higher pick.
Yeah.
Which is horrible to say because as a player, you don't want to go out there to lose no games. Like you're out there to play to compete, to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you hear it in the back of your head, like, we're tanking? When all these dudes talking on the news, like, oh yeah, they're got to tank this season so they get a higher pick.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't want to be tanking no seasons.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, like you said, tomorrow ain't promised. I may not even have a job tomorrow.
Yep. Yep. And you're playing for that contract, and that's the crazy part.
You want me to tank?
I know we're at time. I know we didn't ask a lot of questions in terms of stuff. We can say that for next week. That's fine. Go ahead and cut who you're cutting, and then I'll talk about my cut. But who you cutting tonight, man?
I am cutting the UConn Huskies boys basketball team, not my girls. My girls team, they were almost on here too. I don't know why we can't inbound the ball. UConn, by the way, coaches. I don't know why we don't have inbound plays for a press break. I don't understand this at the college level. Maybe because they don't normally pick up full court, but these mugs will pick it up full court, and we act like we ain't never seen a full court press before at the college level. And I'm not mad at my players, even though they did turn the ball over. I am mad at the coaches. We had a chance. I'm about to yell in here. We had a chance to call a timeout and draw up a play to get the ball in. Instead, we get a 5-second call. Or we just throw the ball away. They look like us. They look like us out there the last 5 minutes of that game. That's how irritated I was. I was like, there's no way you are looking like my basketball team out here right now. 15 turnovers. All right, they're averaging 7 turnovers a game. They had 15 turnovers. That's why they lost the damn game. Coaches are getting cut.
This is the second time I've heard this, by the way. So this is why it's funny to me.
And I'm a big Hurley fan. I just don't understand how y'all don't have a press break.
Because it sounds like 3 days later, he's still angry about it.
I'm going to be mad until they play again.
Oh, man. I'm cutting our president.
Cut like every other cut.
You know what?
By the way.
He is always cut by me.
Like I don't got the other sounds on there, otherwise I would use them.
I'm cutting his ass today. He talked about how he wasn't gonna watch the halftime show, but then tweeted how bad the halftime show was, which tells me your dumb ass watched it. So
somebody told me about it.
So, for you fans that assume that he did not watch the show, he wouldn't be tweeting about how bad it was if he watched it. So he shot all y'all alive while y'all was all trying to tune in on Turning Point USA. He was sitting there watching Bad Bunny. I think it's hilarious. So his ass is cut tonight, man.
People thought Bad Bunny was like his real name.
I probably should stop cutting him because they probably gonna show up at my house one day and they ain't do nothing. So they'll
you ain't got a Turning Point letter yet. You're good.
They'll find some dirt on me, so I should probably stop cutting him. But his ass cut tonight.
Well, dun, 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 dun.
Oh man, what you got? Anything else? You got any closing things?
Nah, I gotta eat. I'm starving. I haven't eaten yet. I am literally starving. There's 2 things I need to do real quick.
Yeah, I gotta eat too, peoples. Whatever you do, if you're free tomorrow, come to Newburgh and watch us get beat up on. But it's gonna be fun. We out.
Thank y'all. Woo, this is my drink of choice. Oh,
you gonna play my exit music, or you just gonna let me?
Hey, we won't thank y'all for.
Oh, you cut it off. Why you cut it off? All right, people, we out. He don't cut the damn music.
Thinking right. We do this for y'all every Sunday night.
Now it's off.
It was on.